So 24 hours ago, a video of Meghan Markle leaked online, and her lawyers have gone into absolute meltdown. I'm talking emergency calls, cease and desist letters flying to every platform, full panic mode. The footage shows her on a luxury yacht in summer 2016, months before she met Harry.
Why do you think Meghan Markle hasn't sued anyone in regard to her yacht girl and porn videos, exposés? You need to know who you're going to sue before you decide you're going to sue someone.
Expose her relationship with Prince Andrew, her sexual relationship with Prince Andrew.
The Yacht Girl. The Yacht Girl.
Just days ago, a video that Meghan Markle's legal team reportedly tried hard to keep offline suddenly popped up, and it moved at lightning speed. Within hours, it was everywhere. Insiders claim her lawyers reacted instantly, sending urgent takedown requests, filing formal notices across platforms, and shifting straight into full crisis mode. The clip is said to show Meghan on a luxury yacht back in the summer of 2016, before her relationship with Prince Harry became public. In the footage, she appears at what looks like an exclusive private gathering, standing very close to an older, extremely wealthy man. Supporters argue the moment is being misrepresented and taken out of context. Critics, however, insist it reveals a side of her she would rather keep private. Either way, the internet went into overdrive. Here's the hard reality. Once something hits social media, control disappears fast. The footage quickly spread across TikTok and Reddit, collecting massive views in just hours. Legal teams can try to contain a story, but fully removing it is nearly impossible. Now, the bigger question isn't just what's in the clip, it's why the response was so intense. Online discussions have also revived the phrase yacht girls, a term often used in gossip circles.
Storyline. The Yacht Girl storyline. This is quite hot.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Meghan Markle as previously having been a, quote, yacht girl. There have been more revelations going viral from the past.
There at all, or before she reached the restricted age of consent of 18 years. Restricted if with an older man, but much younger if both parties are of a similar age.
Right, let's talk about yacht girls. And I don't mean women who enjoy sailing. In Hollywood, yachting is code for something very specific.
Meghan Markle finally being exposed as an alleged
To describe rumors about models or influencers attending ultra-exclusive yacht events with powerful guests. This topic is intense, and it's important to say upfront, most of it lives in the world of speculation, not confirmed facts. Still, online conversations keep pushing the same narrative. Comment sections and gossip forums talk about private yacht gatherings in places like Monaco or Dubai, where wealthy hosts allegedly fly in attractive guests for invitation-only events. Numbers get tossed around non-stop, with claimed appearance fees ranging from £20,000 to £100,000 just to attend. But again, there are no verified public records proving those payments happened. Commentators often point out that many celebrities have been rumored, not proven, to attend these kinds of elite parties. Certain names get recycled across social media threads over and over again. In gossip spaces, a theory circulates that some rising entertainers pass through exclusive party networks while climbing the career ladder. It's controversial, and plenty of people reject it completely. That's where online investigators start mapping timelines.
yacht girl by a dude called John Lefevre. Now, if I've mispronounced his last name, I do apologise. But here's the post on X that's reignited the rumours of Megsy allegedly being a yacht girl back in the day, okay?
Meghan Markle, have you noticed how she never talks about her Spanish exchange time that she supposedly was in Spain for 6 months as an exchange student in 2002, and yet nothing. This is a woman who likes to brag about everything.
Of Meghan Markle's.
Between 2011 and 2017, Meghan starred on Suits. Reports suggest she earned around $50,000 per episode, which could total roughly $450,000 a year before taxes and expenses. On paper, that's strong income. But critics argue the lifestyle shown on her social media between 2014 and 2016 looked even more elevated. Constant international travel, 5-star hotels, designer outfits, business-class flights across continents. The visuals looked high-end, and people began asking questions. Supporters say the answer is simple: brand partnerships, private connections, networking advantages. Critics respond with one word: proof. And that's when debates really caught fire online. Then there's Soho House, the well-known private members club where business leaders, creatives, and influential figures connect. Meghan was frequently photographed there with executive Marcus Anderson, attending events and traveling. Online threads suggest he introduced her to elite social circles. Insiders counter that this is standard networking in high-profile industries. Still, skepticism lingers. Another name often mentioned in online discussions is Ron Burkle, linked to Soho House investments, luxury properties, and yachts. Some online commentators hint at broader entertainment connections.
Very cozy with a wealthy older gentleman at what looks like a very exclusive party. And here's the thing: you can't unring this bell. It's everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, millions have seen it. And no amount of legal threats will make it disappear.
There is no verified evidence of wrongdoing, and that distinction is critical. But speculation hasn't slowed down. In July 2016, Meghan met Prince Harry through what was described as a mutual friend connected to Soho House circles. Supporters say that's how elite social networks naturally operate. Critics argue it feels too convenient. The disagreement over that origin story continues to spark debate. Now back to the resurfaced video. The footage is distant and shaky, filmed from across a yacht deck during what looks like a loud private celebration. Music playing, drinks flowing, guests laughing. In the center of it all is a woman many online viewers believe resembles Meghan. Her legal team maintains it's a case of mistaken identity. That is their official position, but online forums are analyzing every frame. Some users point out what appears to be a gold Cartier love bracelet on the woman's right wrist, similar to jewelry Meghan has worn publicly. Others compare hairstyle, posture, and body language side by side. Critics claim the similarities are strong. Defenders say resemblance alone proves nothing. Then there's the way the woman moves. Online commentators say her walk, hand gestures, and head tilt while laughing look familiar. Supporters say that's subjective interpretation. The digital debate keeps intensifying, and every new post adds another layer to the conversation. Viewers also point to small details: the same habit of touching her hair while speaking, the same head tilt when she laughs. Fans who have watched countless interviews say those tiny mannerisms are hard to copy convincingly. Critics believe those habits strengthen their case, while supporters argue that similar gestures don't prove identity. The debate keeps building. Then there's the timeline.
Former CIA covert operations officer Mike Baker: full disclosure, I do think Harry is a wanker. Joe Rogan, well, he seems to be. It's like, I guess he has, look at his body language, the body language of a wanker. They also discuss Meghan Markle's days as a yacht girl. And of course, this is all allegedly, as some person says that I'm going to talk about him.
Online posts claim the video was filmed in July 2016 somewhere in the Mediterranean. That same month, her social media showed her traveling through parts of Europe, including Malta and Italy, destinations often associated with luxury yacht culture. Now people are connecting those dots at high speed. To some, it feels like a puzzle snapping into place. To others, it's coincidence being stretched too far, the moment drawing the strongest reaction is the dance scene. In the clip, the woman is seen dancing closely with an older, wealthy-looking man. He appears polished, confident, wearing designer clothing and an expensive watch. They don't move like strangers meeting for the first time. Critics argue the body language says more than words ever could. His hands rest low on her waist, her arms wrap around his neck. They lean in close, laughing and speaking just inches apart over loud music. Online commenters describe it as natural and comfortable, not distant or formal. Supporters push back, saying a few seconds of footage can't define context or relationships. The internet has also tried to identify the man. Rumor threads toss around guesses: business executive, yacht owner, private investor. But as of now, no confirmed identity has been established. That hasn't slowed the speculation. Supporters say people are turning a blurry clip into a dramatic storyline, presenting assumptions as facts. Critics: respond that patterns deserve attention. Another layer comes from timing. Prince Harry met Meghan only months after this video was allegedly recorded.
I would say Megzy is allegedly a yacht girl. There are rumours that she was a yacht girl in the past, not proven. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. I've got to be very, very clear on that, right, guys, as you can appreciate. But he's coming out and just saying it, that she is one. He then says she's one missed DM. And
critics, without verified proof, suggest her public narrative at the time focused on being a working actress under pressure, and they question why elite social circles weren't discussed more openly. There is no confirmed evidence backing that interpretation. It remains opinion, yet online conversations continue to amplify it. The backlash grows louder when advocacy work enters the discussion. Critics compare her public conversations about personal struggles and mental health with individuals facing financial hardship, caregiving burnout, or physically demanding jobs. Their argument suggests that privilege changes perception. Mental health professionals strongly reject that framing. They emphasize that emotional pain does not disappear based on income level. Struggles are not ranked by wealth, but that nuance often gets lost in viral. Outrage posts, questions about messaging also surface. Some ask how women's empowerment aligns with rumors of exclusive party culture. Supporters counter that ambition, networking, and attending private events do not equal wrongdoing. One phrase keeps circulating across platforms: using connections is not the same as exploiting people. That single line has sparked thousands of heated replies. Privacy remains another flashpoint. Critics argue she sought visibility early in her career, then demanded boundaries once global fame arrived, calling it inconsistent. Supporters respond that professional exposure and personal security are not opposites. Both can exist at once. That clash is fueling massive comment battles right now. Some commentators even bring up royal comparisons, suggesting media narratives might shift if roles were reversed. The conversation keeps...
Now here's where Meghan's story gets interesting. From 2011 to 2017, she's on Suits, making maybe $50,000 per episode. That's roughly $450,000 a year before taxes and agent fees. Decent money, but this is Los Angeles. Yet scroll through her Instagram from 2014 to 2016, and she's living like she's making millions. Constant international trips: Ibiza, Turkey, Italy, Malta, 5-star hotels, designer clothes everywhere, Givenchy, Burberry, Dior, flying business class constantly. The math doesn't...
escalating, and the online courtroom shows no signs of quieting down. Others push back hard, arguing that media treatment has never been equal and that hypothetical comparisons prove absolutely nothing. When it comes to an official response, critics claim there has been total silence. Supporters counter that legal and PR teams often avoid commenting on unverified viral clips because responding can make the situation even bigger. One media analyst put it simply, sometimes saying nothing is the strategy. That line is now spreading fast across discussion threads. Commentators are also comparing this moment to past controversies involving Meghan. They claim they see a pattern: swift legal action, formal complaints, firm denials. This time, critics argue the response feels different, quieter, more controlled, and they're reading deep into that shift. Media analysts say there's logic behind it. A loud reaction can sometimes amplify a story instead of containing it. That concept is often called the Streisand effect. The idea is straightforward. The harder someone tries to remove something online, the more attention it attracts. And beyond that, legal battles can come with risks. Lawsuits can lead to depositions, sworn testimony, and document reviews. Some commentators suggest that teams may avoid...
Marcus started off at Soho House, London as a waiter, and he worked his way up. Now, this is an astounding story in itself. He worked his way up to Global Membership Director, and he was a Global Membership Director when he first met Meghan. Now, his job was to go to a new city wherever they were opening up a new Soho House, and his job was to find the best and the brightest of that city to invite to the founding members party. And they didn't just invite anybody. To be a founding member, you really had to be somebody in the social scene of the city where they were opening up.
Opening that door unless absolutely necessary. That remains theory, not proof. but it's dominating breakdown videos and online debates. Meanwhile, social media is moving at full speed. Reaction posts, slow-motion edits, frame-by-frame analysis, massive threads dissecting identity, context, and intent. Even some longtime supporters are saying that if the woman in the clip truly is Meghan, then fair questions deserve calm answers. Others warn against online trials and remind viewers how often mistaken identity spreads misinformation. The divide is sharpening by the hour. Some voices are connecting the timing to Prince Harry's past comments about media pressure and personal protection. They call the timing intense. Then the speculation grows louder, with dramatic theories about private conversations, but it's critical to separate fact from assumption. Claims like, either he knew everything or he didn't, are circulating widely, yet there is no verified evidence supporting either side. It remains speculation, even if it's trending. Tabloid-style commentary has also referenced unnamed insiders suggesting that background checks are standard before major royal marriages. Some say concerns existed, others say that's routine procedure for anyone entering high-profile institutions. None of those claims are officially confirmed.
And there she is, or someone who looks exactly like her. Her lawyers claim mistaken identity. Let's examine the evidence. First, the bracelet. The woman's wearing a gold Cartier love bracelet on her right wrist. Very specific, very recognizable. Meghan's worn that exact bracelet in her engagement interview, official photos, dozens of Instagram posts. It's her signature piece. The hair, same length, same warm brown with highlights, same styling, loose waves, side part. Check Meghan's Instagram from June, August 2016. Identical. The mannerisms. This woman moves exactly like Meghan. Same gestures when talking, same head throw when laughing, same hair touching. Anyone who's watched Meghan in interviews knows these moves.
Over the years, reports have mentioned tension within the royal family, but the exact reasons remain disputed and private. Online storytellers are stitching events together like puzzle pieces, declaring that everything connects. It sounds dramatic, but there's no solid proof tying those narratives together. Attention is now shifting to upcoming public appearances connected to sports and charitable causes. Critics predict awkward media moments if the online noise continues. Supporters argue that meaningful service work should not be overshadowed by rumor-driven clips. That tension is already generating headlines. Another flashpoint is censorship. Some users claim copies of the clip are being removed due to platform policies or legal requests. Others point out that mirrored versions continue appearing elsewhere. Digital experts agree on one reality. Once content spreads widely, removing it completely becomes nearly impossible. One analyst summarized it in a single phrase: the internet rarely forgets. That statement is now circulating everywhere. Critics argue that Meghan's public narrative, often framed as a hard-earned rise through persistence and talent,
of an Adam Howe saying at Meghan Markle, because that was her Twitter handle back in the day, saying, Meghan, any chance you'd be in the market looking to join my friends and I, but for Yacht Week, week 35, 25th of the 8th to 3rd at 9th in Croatia. And then he says, I get it, you're busy with life, I'll let you take your time on your decision.
is being questioned by online rumor networks. Supporters respond that no one's life story should be rewritten by a distant, blurry video clip and a storm of comment threads. At this point, it's not just about a piece of footage, it's about competing narratives. On one side, critics claim her image appears more layered and strategic than the polished version initially presented. They argue that success at elite levels often involves connections, positioning, and calculated moves. On the other side, supporters call that framing unfair and dismissive, saying ambition and networking are normal parts of career growth. That accusation, that strategy equals manipulation, is spreading quickly across drama-focused spaces. What's clear is that the conversation isn't slowing down. Every new reaction video, every new thread, adds another layer to an already intense debate. And with each passing hour, the story continues to evolve online, fueled by interpretation, speculation, and deeply divided opinion. Now the conversation is entering a new phase, and it's less about the clip itself and more about what it represents. Online, the debate has shifted from, is that her? To, what does this mean? That change alone shows how fast digital narratives evolve. Once identity becomes a secondary question, the focus moves to image, timing, and long-term reputation. Critics argue this moment exposes cracks in a carefully shaped public persona. They say the brand that was presented for years, resilience, independence, humanitarian focus,
but allegedly used her looks to extract money from wealthy men? How's that empowering? How's that feminist? She complains about media objectification, but allegedly objectified herself for profit on yachts. She wants privacy, but spent years cultivating fame, networking obsessively, trying to get noticed. Now that she's famous, she wants everyone away? You can't have both. And the double standard
now feels more layered than originally understood. They point to the gap between polished interviews and viral party footage and claim the contrast feels sharp. Supporters strongly disagree. They say a few seconds of distant video cannot redefine a decade of public work, advocacy, and personal storytelling. What's really driving the noise is perception. In the age of social media, perception often moves faster than verification. A clip gets reposted, a theory gets repeated, a timeline gets stitched together by strangers with Wi-Fi and editing apps. Within hours, it can feel like a fully formed documentary, even when it's built mostly on interpretation. That's the environment this story is living in right now. Some commentators are framing this as a reputation stress test. They argue that every public figure eventually faces a viral moment that challenges their narrative. The real question becomes how they navigate it. Do they address it head-on? Do they ignore it? Do they quietly let the cycle burn out? Each approach carries risk. Speak too loudly and you amplify it. Stay silent and people assume the worst. It's a tightrope. There's also a broader conversation happening about elite social culture, not just about one person, but about how high-profile networking actually works. Private events, invitation-only gatherings, luxury environments, none of those automatically signal wrongdoing. Yet online spaces often treat exclusivity as suspicious. Supporters argue that professional networking at high levels is simply part of ambitious career building.
Yeah, that's a whole word.
I take that back.
Yeah.
I
don't think she's that.
No.
Would she?
No.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Now commentators are comparing this moment to past
Critics counter that transparency matters when someone later presents a different origin story. That tension is fueling thousands of comment exchanges every hour. Another element gaining traction is the idea of digital permanence. Younger audiences especially understand this reality. Nothing truly disappears. Screenshots last forever. Mirror uploads reappear. Even if a platform removes something, copies circulate elsewhere. Analysts say this is why modern public relations strategy has changed dramatically in the last decade. Containment is no longer the goal. Management is. You can't erase, but you can reframe. Whether that's happening here remains unclear. Meanwhile, long-form discussion channels are dissecting every angle. Some focus on body language analysis, others break down social media timestamps. A few examine travel schedules from that summer, trying to line them up with yacht season hotspots. None of it has produced verified conclusions, but the volume of content keeps growing. That volume alone keeps the algorithm feeding it to more viewers. Supporters are warning about the danger of narrative stacking. That's when unrelated controversies get bundled together until they appear connected. A resurfaced video, old tabloid tension, public speeches, family disputes. When presented side by side, they create the illusion of a master storyline. Media analysts caution that correlation is not confirmation. Just because events happen near each other in time doesn't mean they are causally linked. There's also the psychological angle. Public audiences often struggle with complexity. People prefer clear heroes or clear villains. A layered, evolving personal history.
Thailand, Saudi Arabia, she was, doing the Mediterranean quite a lot. So when people say that she knew Andrew, yeah, but not through Jeffrey. I was kind of told that her first encounter was not through Jeffrey E., although Jeffrey E. is incredibly close to Johan Eliash. So apparently she got introduced through her sorority yachting days, and she was wild, willing, and ready for anything. because Meghan Markle was desperate. Remember in 2001, she also did, was it that soap opera, the one-liner? People wonder, they should really dig more. I'm actually in the middle right now of digging.
Challenges that simplicity. When new information appears, even if unverified, it disrupts established mental categories. That discomfort can turn into outrage, defense, or both at the same time. Some royal commentators are suggesting that this moment highlights the ongoing tension between celebrity culture and institutional tradition. One side thrives on openness, branding, and influence. The other relies on stability, discretion, and long-standing protocol. When those two worlds intersect, friction is almost inevitable. Whether this clip changes anything structurally remains uncertain, but the symbolism is powerful. Financial analysts have even weighed in, not on the clip itself, but on the brand implications. High-profile figures operate like global brands. Partnerships, speaking engagements, philanthropic ventures, all depend on public trust. Viral controversies, even unproven ones, can create short-term turbulence. However, history shows that public attention cycles move quickly. Today's headline often becomes next month's footnote. Then there's the fatigue factor.
She got started her yachting days and she never stopped really. I don't think any of her boyfriends knew about it, but Meghan Markle was known as a hardcore yacht partying person. Ready for anything, very pretentious, very obnoxious. But it wasn't through Jeffrey or Soho House where she started. Apparently it was her sorority. And she was nasty. Apparently those things also about the glue on the eyelids of the lady. Apparently that's true.
Some observers argue the public is growing tired of constant narrative battles. Every few months, a new flashpoint emerges. Each one sparks outrage, defense, and endless breakdown videos. Eventually, audiences move on. The question is whether this moment sticks or fades like many others before it. It's also worth noting that legal experts continue to stress a simple principle. Identity in a blurry clip cannot be legally confirmed through internet consensus. Facial recognition guesses, jewelry comparisons, posture analysis. None of that meets formal evidentiary standards. That doesn't stop online debates, but it does highlight the gap between digital speculation and real-world verification. At the center of it all is a larger cultural reality. Fame magnifies everything. Ordinary moments become extraordinary narratives. Private interactions become global debates. A single clip, shot from far away at a loud party years ago, can suddenly feel like a defining chapter. Whether it truly is, one remains unknown. For now, the story lives in comment sections, reaction streams, and discussion panels. It grows, shifts, mutates, and adapts with every repost. Supporters defend, critics question, analysts caution. And the internet continues doing what it does best, amplifying everything. What happens next depends less on the clip itself and more on how audiences choose to interpret it. In a digital era driven by speed and emotion, perception often sets the tone before facts fully catch up. And until verified clarity emerges, the noise will likely continue echoing across timelines worldwide. As this story keeps unfolding, one thing is becoming clear. It's no longer just about a yacht clip from years ago. It's about control of narrative in a digital world that refuses to slow down. Every hour that passes without a definitive answer adds more speculation, more reaction videos, and more commentary threads stacking on top of each other. Right now, two completely different realities are forming online. In one version, critics believe this moment confirms long-held suspicions that Meghan's rise involved far more strategic networking than the public originally understood. They argue that powerful connections, elite social spaces, and careful image management played a bigger role than people were told. To them, the resurfaced footage feels like missing context finally entering the picture. In the other version, supporters see something very different. They see a woman whose past is being dissected frame by frame in ways few public figures ever experience. They argue that ambition, travel, networking, and social climbing are not crimes. They are normal parts of building a career in competitive industries. From that angle, this entire situation looks like a digital pylon fueled by assumption rather than evidence. What's intensifying the situation is speed. Social platforms reward engagement, not patience. The more controversial the claim, the faster it spreads. Nuance rarely travels as quickly as outrage. By the time fact-checking catches up, millions of impressions have already formed opinions. That's the ecosystem this story's living in right now. There's also the question of silence. Some critics interpret the lack of a loud public response as strategic avoidance. Others argue that responding directly to an unverified clip could legitimize it further. Crisis communication experts often explain that sometimes the most powerful move is restraint. React too aggressively, and you risk amplifying something that might have faded on its own. Stay quiet, and you risk looking evasive. It's a calculated balance. Another factor that keeps surfacing is timing. The clip reportedly dates back to a period just before major life changes. Critics point to that timing as meaningful. Supporters say life chapters shift naturally and that past social environments don't define future commitments. Without confirmed details, timing becomes a canvas onto which people project their own interpretations. The debate has also expanded beyond the individual and into broader cultural commentary. Discussions about class, privilege, access, and public storytelling are blending into the narrative. Some commentators argue that elite social circles are rarely discussed honestly. Others insist that speculation about private gatherings often crosses into unfair territory. That clash between curiosity and caution is shaping the tone of this entire moment. Meanwhile, digital investigators continue dissecting visuals, jewelry comparisons, hair color analysis, height ratios next to deck railings, even audio experts claiming to analyze laughter patterns. None of these methods provide official verification, yet they create the feeling of a case being built in real time. It's an online courtroom without a judge, where public opinion acts as the jury. Media analysts warn that this kind of environment can blur lines between discussion and distortion. When thousands of users repeat the same theory, repetition alone can make it feel factual. That phenomenon has reshaped how modern reputations are formed and challenged. Once a narrative gains momentum, it often becomes self-sustaining regardless of proof. At the same time, fatigue is starting to show. Some users are openly questioning why a years-old party clip deserves this level of scrutiny. They argue that public figures evolve, grow, and move through different spaces throughout their lives. Others counter that public storytelling should align consistently with documented history. That tension, growth versus consistency, is now front and center. There's also an undeniable emotional layer. Supporters feel protective, critics feel validated, neutral observers feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of takes flooding their feeds. In highly polarized discussions, middle ground often disappears. You're either defending or accusing. Rarely is there space for uncertainty. Financial and branding experts have pointed out another angle: resilience. High-profile reputations are rarely built on a single moment. They're shaped over years through projects, partnerships, interviews, and public actions. Viral controversies can cause short-term turbulence, but long-term impact depends on follow-up behavior. History shows that many public figures recover from far louder storms than a distant party clip. Still, the symbolism matters. For critics, the image of luxury and exclusivity clashes with narratives of struggle and advocacy. For supporters, that contrast is exaggerated and unfair. They argue that personal success and social awareness can coexist. That philosophical disagreement keeps fueling fresh debates with every new reaction video. The digital permanence factor cannot be ignored either. Once something trends globally, screenshots and mirrored uploads preserve it indefinitely. Even if public interest cools, the content remains searchable. That reality means reputational challenges today don't just fade, they archive themselves. As attention turns toward upcoming appearances and projects, observers are watching closely. Will the topic surface in interviews? Will journalists ask direct questions? Or will it quietly fade beneath newer headlines? Predicting that outcome is nearly impossible in a media cycle this unpredictable. What's certain is that this story now lives beyond the original footage. It has transformed into a larger conversation about image, ambition, privilege, privacy, and the power of viral speculation. Whether the clip ultimately proves meaningful or becomes a footnote depends less on pixels and more on public perception. In today's online climate, perception often shapes reality faster than facts can stabilize it. And until definitive clarity replaces assumption, the debate will likely continue echoing across platforms, evolving with every repost, every analysis thread, and every opinion shared at full volume. Some commentary channels are now warning that if the alleged yacht party timeline from 2014 to 2016 were ever officially confirmed, this could open the floodgates. They speculate that more clips, more photos, even more voices could surface. Former guests, event staff, people who stayed silent for years might suddenly decide to speak, whether out of frustration, regret, or simply wanting their version heard. None of that is verified right now, But the pressure online is clearly building. Others are shifting their focus directly toward Prince Harry. Certain commentators are urging him to look at the full picture and rethink everything carefully. On the other side, supporters shut that down immediately, arguing that outsiders have no access to private realities and no right to judge personal decisions. That divide is emotional, loud, and growing sharper by the day. One thing is obvious: the internet does not see this story fading anytime soon. Debate channels claim this could be the first visible crack in a much larger media storm. Defenders insist it's simply another viral pile-on fueled by assumptions rather than confirmed facts. Either way, attention is surging and the narrative battle is fully active. If you want updates as this unfolds, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more breakdowns, share your thoughts below, and drop a comment with your take. See you in the next one.